The James Webb Space Telescope, JWST, has spotted something weird, lights on a planet about 7 trillion miles away that look like city lights. This exoplanet, Proxima Centauri b, is our closest neighbor, so naturally, everyone's wondering if it means aliens. The JWST focused on Proxima Centauri b and picked up these lights. Could it be an alien city? Scientists and the public have been waiting for any sign of life out there, and this is a big deal. It's got people excited and scratching their heads. If these lights are real, it means we're finally seeing evidence of other intelligent life. NASA experts are studying these lights, wondering how long they've been shining and waiting for us to get the tech to see them. David King, a cosmologist, says Proxima Centauri b is interesting because of how it warms up. It's different from other rocky planets. Instead of just soaking up sunlight and spitting out infrared, it has a unique infrared signature compared to its star. That makes it perfect for the JWST. The telescope can spot these infrared signals and help us figure out what's going on with its atmosphere. Right now, researchers are using the JWST to check out Proxima Centauri b, looking at its environment and whether it could support life. The telescope can even see the planet's night side, picking up faint lights. That's key to figuring out if these city lights are the real deal. Any tiny bit of light within a certain range can be detected, making the JWST super helpful in the search for aliens. Proxima Centauri b is interesting because its day and night sides are like Earth's. The day side absorbs sunlight, and the night side cools off fast. These temperature changes, and what's in the atmosphere, are important to study. If there's no atmosphere, the temperature difference between day and night would be crazy. But if there is one, it would help even things out. The JWST can use its infrared cameras to check out these temperature differences and tell us about the atmosphere. The JWST even orbits Earth in time with Proxima Centauri b's orbit, so it can watch the planet's day and night cycles. That's about 11 Earth days. If Proxima Centauri b has an atmosphere, the next step is to figure out what's in it. Things like oxygen, water, and methane would suggest it could be habitable. But finding those things means carefully looking at light that passes through the atmosphere, which is tough even for the JWST. The JWST has some limits, especially when it comes to spotting oxygen, which is a big sign of life. But it's still great for studying exoplanet environments. Scientists are also looking forward to new telescopes on the ground, like the Extremely Large Telescope, ELT, coming in 2028. The ELT will help us understand exoplanet atmospheres even more. Even with its limits, the JWST is doing a lot to help us find other planets. It's able to analyze very faint light from far-off planets, giving us a way to check out their atmospheres and see if they could have life. The hard part is telling the difference between gases made by living things and gases made by things like volcanoes. The JWST is at the cutting edge of exoplanet research. What it's seeing now is just a hint of what's to come as we learn more about the universe. As we go further into space, the telescope will keep giving us important info about distant worlds, helping us solve their mysteries. Not that long ago, nobody paid much attention to planets outside our solar system. Now, we've spotted over 4,000. NASA thinks that's just the tip of the iceberg. There are trillions more planets out there waiting to be explored, and scientists are determined to find out if any of them have life. We've had glimpses of hope before. For example, when the Galileo spacecraft visited Jupiter, it saw a strange spectral signature that suggested alien plant life. It was called the vegetation red edge, and it reflects light in a way that could mean life. The JWST can also detect this VRE, which is designed to map orbital traits that could mean life. Once it finds the VRE, that could be big evidence in the search for alien life. As sunlight passes through a planet's atmosphere, it gets absorbed by stuff, creating a pattern that scientists can see. This pattern is like a fingerprint, telling us what's in the atmosphere. The JWST might be able to capture this light and tell us if a planet has carbon dioxide, nitrogen, and oxygen, which could mean it can support life. If certain compounds are missing, it could mean other types of life or advanced civilizations. Things like chlorofluorocarbons, CFCs, which are man-made and used in refrigerators, could be a sign of aliens. If the JWST found those on another planet, it would be a huge deal. Even though the telescope can't spot everything, it's still a key tool for studying exoplanets and learning more about the universe. Researchers are trying to dim the light from a planet's star so they can see the planet more clearly. They want to use masks or big satellites to block the starlight, like using an umbrella. Future telescopes will be even better at this, making it easier to study exoplanet atmospheres and see if they can support life by distinguishing between gases produced by geological activity and gases produced by biological activity. Even as they improve their methods, scientists are still looking for signs of life. The JWST is giving us a peek at the future of space exploration and the findings that might be out there. As we keep learning, we'll be better able to understand the universe. Even after all these years, we haven't found solid proof of alien life. But the search continues, driven by our curiosity about whether we're alone. People have wondered about this for centuries. The JWST is just one of the ways we're searching for extraterrestrial intelligence. Scientists are checking out all sorts of planets and moons. One idea is that aliens are out there, just waiting to be found. To tackle this question, Jill Tarter and Thomas Pearson started the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence (SETI) Institute in 1984. They listened for radio signals that could travel long distances. The Allen Telescope Array in California has been scanning for these signals for over 30 years. So far, no luck. But Jill Tarter is still hopeful, saying that new technology will speed up the search. She wants everyone to get involved in the search for cosmic friends. This search is ongoing, with recent reports from NASA that the JWST has detected city-like lights on a nearby planet. The telescope, which orbits about 1 million miles from Earth, is sending back information that researchers hope will lead to evidence of intelligent life on other worlds. Astronomers use spectrometers to study light from exoplanets and their stars. This gives them info about the atmosphere and whether it could be habitable. The JWST can measure infrared light and spot gases like water, oxygen, methane, and carbon dioxide. By studying these gases, researchers can learn if a planet can support life. The JWST has limits, especially when it comes to spotting elements like oxygen. But it's still a key tool for exploring exoplanets. It can study light in the infrared range, telling us about the planet's atmosphere and whether it could support life. Even though it's still hard to find aliens, the JWST is a big step forward in understanding the universe and our place in it. As scientists study the data from the telescope, they're hoping that one day, they'll find proof of life beyond. Researchers are now using the James Webb Space Telescope to check out Proxima Centauri b to see if it could be home to life. The telescope can see infrared, so it can even check out the planet's night side, spotting the faintest hints of light in the dark. This is key to figuring out if those city lights on Proxima Centauri b are real. The telescope can spot any faint light in the universe if it's at the right frequency. Proxima Centauri b has this cool thing going on where its features and surface mix. The exoplanet has cycles like Earth. Its day side soaks up sunlight, and its night side cools down fast. The temperature changes on Proxima Centauri b, because of its atmosphere, are interesting. If there is no atmosphere, the temperature swing between day and night would be nuts. But an atmosphere would help even things out. The James Webb Space Telescope can check out how heat is given off and tell us about the planet's atmosphere. The James Webb Space Telescope orbits Earth and also lines up with Proxima Centauri b's orbit. This means it can watch the planet's day and night cycles all the time. One cycle is 11.2 Earth days. If Proxima Centauri b has an atmosphere, scientists will check its stuff to see if it could support life. Things like oxygen, water vapor, and methane would mean the planet is livable. But spotting these things means checking out the light that passes through the planet's atmosphere. That's not easy, even for a super telescope. The James Webb Space Telescope has limits, like not being able to spot molecular oxygen super well, which tells us about life. But it's still great for checking out what distant exoplanets are like. Scientists are also looking forward to new ground-based observatories, like the Extremely Large Telescope, ELT, which should be running to 2028. The ELT will give us more info on the atmospheres of distant exoplanets. The James Webb Space Telescope is still part of our hunt for exoplanets. It can check out the faintest lights from distant planets and figure out their atmospheres and if they could have life. But it's tricky. Researchers have to tell the difference between gases made by living things and those made by, say, volcanoes. The James Webb Space Telescope is leading the way in checking out exoplanets. It's giving us a peek at amazing discoveries to come. We used to not pay much attention to stuff beyond our solar system. Now, astronomers have spotted over 4,000 exoplanets circling distant stars. NASA sees this as just the start. There are trillions of exoplanets waiting to be checked out, and scientists are determined to hunt these strange worlds, hoping to find extraterrestrial habitats. The Galileo spacecraft, on its to Jupiter, spotted an unusual spectral reading, hinting at extraterrestrial plants. It was the very first sign of life in space. This sign, called the vegetation red edge, VRE, reflects light in a way that could mean alien stuff is there. The James Webb Space Telescope, which can spot VRE, is hoping to figure out alien stuff by checking the orbits of planets within their stars' habitable zones. If they spot VRE, it could be a sign of life beyond Earth. When sunlight passes through a planet's atmosphere, particles and atoms eat up some of the light, making a specific spectral mark. This mark helps researchers figure out the atmosphere composition of distant planets. It's thought that the James Webb Space Telescope could catch light as it goes through a planet's atmosphere, which would tell us about the planet's structure. Earth-sized planets with carbon dioxide, nitrogen, and oxygen might be able to hold life. Also, the compounds not exist could suggest advanced civilizations. The James Webb Space Telescope may be able to spot synthetic substances like chlorofluorocarbons, which could mean extraterrestrial civilizations are out there. Even though the telescope can't spot everything, it's still key for checking out exoplanets. Researchers want to make a planet's star dimmer so they can see the faint light from the planet better. They want to use masks or big satellites, like an umbrella, to block sunlight. Future telescopes will be able to check the faint traces of light from faraway exoplanets better, so we can see their atmospheres and if they can have life. This will help astronomers tell the difference between gases made by living things and those made by geological things. Even as researchers work to improve how they check out exoplanets, they're still exploring space for life. The James Webb Space Telescope with its capabilities is a look into the future of how we explore space. After decades of research, we still haven't found proof of life beyond Earth. But the hunt goes on, fueled by our curiosity. People have wondered if there are aliens out there, and the James Webb Space Telescope is one tool we're using to find out. Scientists are looking for life all over the place. One idea is that aliens are simply waiting for us to find them. American astronomers Jill Tarter and Thomas Pearson started the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence (SETI) Institute in 1984. This group scans radio signals to detect life. The 42 radio telescopes of the Allen Telescope Array in California have been checking these signals for years. Jill Tarter is hopeful that the tools of the 21st century will accelerate the search. The James Webb Space Telescope has seemingly spotted city-like illumination on a planet. This telescope is the best for exploring space, is orbiting far from Earth and sending data. Astronomers utilize spectrometers to check the light from planets and their stars to find out the atmospheres and possible to live. The James Webb Space Telescope can measure lights, infrared, and vital gas, water, etc. By examining lights, scientists will understand the planet. James Webb Space Telescope is essential for the exploration of exoplanets.